Hey, I'm FTFE and welcome back to the channel that does to stupidity what Kevin McAllister did to Harry and Marv.
Hotel, Airbnb. Like the pictures.
In the past few weeks, not one but 3 missions to Mars achieved a massive success of actually arriving at the Red Planet. First, on the 9th of February, the UAE Hope Mars mission entered orbit of our closest interplanetary neighbour, ready to study the Martian atmosphere. Then, a day later, the Chinese mission Taiwan 1 arrived at Mars and entered a successful orbit, and is now starting preparations for sending their own rover to the surface. But then, on the 18th of February, the new NASA rover Perseverance set down on the surface of a different planet than it was constructed on, and recorded the whole thing in 4K, and sent the Flat Earth Crayon Munching Brigade into absolute meltdown. Let's laugh and point at Flat Earthers freaking out over the new Mars rover for episode 54 of Flerfs Are Idiots.
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Thank you for joining me once again as we take a look at people so stupid that when they get out of bed on the wrong side, they fall out of the fucking window. It's an absolutely amazing time to be alive. Missions planning a manned base on the moon are underway. Civilian spaceflight is happening, and more interest and investigation is being done on the red planet Mars. Well, it's an amazing time to be alive, unless you're a flat earther.
Vince, apparently they prefer the word retard.
Hey? Oh, how very quaint.
Because if licking windows is one of your main hobbies, then understanding that space is real and that we have a new rover on the surface of Mars is going to be a little tricky. Let's take a look at the flat earth butthurt that the Perseverance rover has caused.
Mars Perseverance, which launched in July 2020, cost $2.4 billion to build and launch, and will cost another $300 million to land and operate during its first year on Mars. So let's have a look what's got the press and the kids in the control room worked up into a frenzy.
Oh no, it's Level Earth Observer. Leo is the living embodiment of everything I don't like is fake. This will be fucking painful.
Now the sad thing is about all these shots when the control rooms at NASA, they are literally photo shoots, taking advantage of naive kids who work here, who get worked up into a frenzy because their ego's involved over some data that comes in on a screen.
Kids? What kids?
So let's have a look at these young, innocent, naive kids being taken advantage of, as we are literally viewing a photo shoot of naive kids getting worked up over data on a screen.
Kids, are you looking at the same video as me? This dude's bold. Look, she clearly isn't a kid. This guy is grey as a silver fox. What kids are you talking about, you dipshit?
Touchdown confirmed. Perseverance safely on the surface of Mars, ready to begin seeking the signs of past life. At this point, the descent stage has flown away to a safe distance. Perseverance.
Sad, really, when you can see it for what it is. It's quite sad. Just innocent, naive nerds being taken advantage of.
Oh, by nerd you mean someone who has just been part of a mission to land a multi-billion-dollar rover on another fucking planet? Of course they are all excited. You were, and clearly still are, the dumb jock that bullied the smarter kids, aren't you?
Touchdown confirmed. Perseverance safely on the surface of Mars, ready to begin seeking the signs of past life. At this point, the descent stage has flown away to a safe distance. Perseverance.
Sad, really, when you can see it for what it is. It's quite sad. Just innocent, naive nerds being taken advantage of. And literally, you can see in there loads of cameramen, people taking pictures and filming it for records to come to try and solidify this charade that is heliocentric space.
So you're complaining that there were people there recording this historic moment? What the actual fuck? If there was no one there recording it or taking photos and everyone was just told that the team was very excited and cheered from the control room, you would scream bloody murder about the fact that there are no pictures being taken and we're just supposed to believe it. Level Earth Observer, you're a fucking idiot.
Propulsion backpack as it is being lowered to the surface of Mars. You can see the dust kicked up by the rover's engines. We're probably about 2 meters or so above the surface of Mars. We're still checking the timing of this image. It's just hot off the presses. You can see the mechanical bridles that hold the rover underneath the descent stage. There's 3 straight lines heading down to the top deck. And then the curly electrical umbilical.
Matey boy, you make this about as exciting as a trip to the morgue. You're not feeling it, and neither am I. You're not convincing, and neither's the image on the screen. Even if it is real, it's hardly scientific. It's not blowing me away. It might get the kids in the control room worked up, but dear oh dear.
Right, so because you're not convinced it's fake, because the guy isn't excited enough for you, it's fake. It's not blowing you away, therefore it's fake. And again, there were not kids in the control room. Personal incredulity is not evidence against something.
This image was acquired by the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, or MRO, one of our orbiters.
And then you'll get served up this. Some Mars orbiter takes a picture of this. And what's that top right? It's supposed to be the craft coming in with a parachute. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, well, for you maybe, but that's because you have the IQ of a particularly dumb toenail fungus.
If you look just below to the little circle that you see on the screen, this was our eventual touchdown point.
Yeah, right. I'm sure it was, me old mate. I'm sorry. Again, not convincing. Ridiculous amount of money. Naive kids in the control room being taken advantage of. Images that I could produce for ridiculously low cost.
So just more personal incredulity. Well, here's the thing, Level Earth dumbass. NASA don't care if you think it's real. They aren't doing it for you. And the claim that you can make these images yourself on a low cost. 2 things. 1, I doubt you can tie your own shoelaces, let alone make a convincing image of Mars. And 2, just because you can fake something doesn't mean that these images that are actually from Mars are fake.
Stories being made up left, right and centre that can't be verified. This is like the perfect fraud, isn't it?
Like I said earlier, this wasn't the only mission to Mars recently. The fact that there is other craft there, sent by different countries and different agencies, does verify that they went there. I mean, you can claim that they're all lying, but that would make you a moron.
Now we have our somewhat lower resolution, but...
Please tell me, what is scientific about these pictures, these stories? What is scientific about that? How does this help people suffering right now as a result of what's going on?
Well, humanity's scientific knowledge is what put this rover on Mars, Leo. There is nothing necessarily scientific about these photos, but they will help the team of scientists plan their next move and check the landing area, etc. And as for helping people, well, we've only got 1 planet, but this rover might help us on the road to having 2. And that's going to be good for our entire species, although I do question if you are actually the same species as me.
Do we get anything that would even resemble something that would be classed as science? I mean, I would have thought filming coming in HD footage would be classed as scientific.
Well, you heard it here, guys. Some HD footage would be scientific. Apparently the resolution of the video is what dictates what science is, not following the scientific method. Someone should really tell Riley.
I'm a dumb flat earther, and I don't understand science.
Aw, bless. Yeah, we know you are, mate. But HD footage of the landing you want, is it?
So one of the amazing things about these cameras is they're actually...
There it is, guys. This is the image we've been waiting for. The most scientific image I've ever come across in the heliocentric pantomime picture book. The track, the wheel of the Mars lander. This is the one we've been waiting for. This answers all the questions and the mysteries of heliocentric space.
You do realise this is pictures from the engineering cameras. Cameras designed to let the engineers know the state of the rover. No, of course, you're a fucking flat earther, and all flat earthers are thick as shit. Now, that wasn't the last video that Ricky Retardo here released about the rover. This next one was titled The Mars Rover Fights Back.
Wow, it would seem someone at NASA's got a fetish for taking pictures of fucking wheels. Not very scientific. And no amount of violin or attempt with emotional music is going to get me to buy into this wheel fetish. This picture book wheel fetish of a Mars rover lander.
You dumb fuck. It literally says on the screen, that is the front right hazard avoidance camera. It's looking at the wheels for a specific reason, so that when it's driving around it can avoid, you know, hazards. Why am I explaining this to a full-grown adult? Alright, I need to move away from Level Earth Observer. That much denial is actually dangerous to be around. Within hours, there were countless videos from Flat Earth numpties trying to say that the Perseverance rover is fake. Here's a quick one from the channel NASA is Fake. Really original name there, bud.
The Perseverance rover landing is fake. Here's why. 1. The images are fake. The photos are fake because they are from Earth, not Mars. If you look closely at the image, it looks like Earth. They made it show no colors so it doesn't show the blue sky.
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say?
It's fake because it looks like it's from Earth and it's in black and white. This is not only one of the engineering cameras, but it's with the lens cap still on. There is plenty of colour photos and videos.
2. If Mars really exists, why can't we see it in the sky? When I look up into the night sky, I couldn't find Mars at all. I even use a telescope.
Are you trying to say there is no pictures of Mars in the sky from Earth? Interesting. Okay, over to one of the worst Flat Earth channels in the world. It used to be a little bit better when Ranty Flat Earth was running it, but Ranty has left the Flat Earth scene to start a new channel with conspiracy cats. Do you like spooky stories? Tales of the strange and unexplained? Then head on over to the new channel and podcast by Conspiracy Cats and Ranty. Almost Unbelievable. Ghost stories, UFOs, other dimensions, and a special story from me about a crazy unexplained experience from my childhood. Subscribe to Almost Unbelievable. Anyway, since Ranty left his channel to Brandon Toy, it's gone downhill big time. The amount of derp on the channel has actually increased exponentially, and Brandon will be getting his own episode of Flerfs Are Idiots. But let's take a little look at his objection to the Perseverance rover from his community page. I want to take a moment and thank NASA for all their hard work. Everything from the conception, the planning, the building, the sending and the landing, and all the hundreds and millions of dollars invested in the materials to make such an epic journey happen and achieve longevity. Without this advanced technology, we would never have made it to Mars. Lastly, to the technician who put plastic zip ties all over the lander, I just want to say an epic out-of-the-box thinking to make such a bold move. The very notion that those ties could withstand that hostile environment and keep the lander chugging along on its merry way there is something I think you should be applauded for. Who would have thought that a lander was saved by some good old plastic zip ties? Yeah, because NASA just nipped down to the local hardware store and grabbed a few zip ties. Maybe zip ties are a good idea for this design, and maybe, I don't know, just maybe they aren't your standard everyday zip tie. In fact, a 20-second Google search discovered these are in fact a specialised high-performance tie wrap cables made of ethylene tetrafluoroethylene resin. FTFE is a melt-processable copolymer tested for physical durability and resistance to chemicals, UV, extreme temperatures, and 2,000 times more radiation than the nylon used in standard cable ties, able to withstand the rigours of space and planetary exploration. 20 seconds, Brandon. 20 seconds of research and you could have not looked like an idiot, but then who would we have to laugh at? Oh yeah, the other Flat Earth idiots, like Flatzoid FE, a Flat Earth disciple of their Lord and Master Nathan Oakley. Let's take a look at him not understanding anything, shall we?
The story of the Mars landings are fake. Is what presented to us about Mars real? Did someone really land a rover on Mars?
No, the Mars landing isn't fake. Yes, what's presented to us is real, and no, there's not just one rover, there's now 5 rovers on Mars, and you're a fucking idiot.
If you believe it's true, then this is for you. Let's start with, can we even get to Mars?
Yes, we just discussed this. There is 5 rovers on Mars.
Mars is said to be in space as a terraformer sphere rock. Mars is said to be in a super low pressure system known as the vacuum of space. It is said to have an atmosphere surrounding it like Earth. This is the first red flag. Atmo always requires containment.
But there is containment of the atmosphere. Both Earth and Mars, the atmosphere is being contained by a magical dome. Nah, I'm kidding. The containment is dealt with by...
Gravity, you fucking retard! Gravity! Have you ever heard of fucking gravity? Gravity! Gravity!
Flatzoid, it's time for you to join the band of crayon munchers that occupy the remedial classroom.
Okay, hello students, please take your seats and quiet down. I'm your substitute teacher, Mrs. Fight. I'm going to be covering for your normal teacher while he is on leave for a while. He had a tiny little mental breakdown and was found naked in the fetal position in a McDonald's car park, mumbling, "They're getting dumber. Oh God, they're getting dumber." I need some time off to recover. I'm sure we're going to get along fine. You look like a smart bunch of people eager to learn. Okay, what are we doing today? Let me check my notes and see what we have to cover. What's that, Mr. Riley, is it? No, we're not doing music. Yes, I know I said notes, but... Oh, yes, you do use notes in music notation, but I meant that... Well, no, I'm not trying to change the definition of the word notes. I'm just saying that I need to check what I've written. No, I don't need to see the dictionary you've got. It's fine. Can we just... please? Okay, so it looks like I'm to cover how the atmosphere is contained by gravity. Oh, that's an easy one. Shouldn't take us more than a few minutes. Okay, let's start. The atmosphere as a container. What's that, Mr. Riley? Define container. Do we really need to do that? No, I don't need to see your dictionary. Pretty sure everyone knows what container means, right? Right, so as we all know, gravity creates a force that... What is it, Mr. Riley? Einstein's gravity or Newton's gravity? That's not really the point. Gravity causes an acceleration of mass towards the ground. What now, Mr. Riley? You want me to define mass because you think it's undefinable? What does that even mean? Mr. Riley, can you please just be quiet and let me explain? We know via experimentation that mass attracts mass because of gravity and... What, Mr. Riley? What? What is it? I'm sorry. I mean, yes, Mr. Riley. You want me to describe the experiment that demonstrates mass attracting mass? Well, that's not what today's lesson is about. If you could just let me get to the point, please. Okay, the atmosphere is accelerated toward the Earth because Earth has a large mass that distorts space-time and Mars does the same. Yes, Mr. Riley. No, I can't show you a picture of space-time. What the fuck? Look, gravity holds the atmosphere to Earth and Mars. Gravity is the container because of the acceleration downward that needs to be overcome. Oh, you all shut the fuck up. Right, fuck this. They can get someone else to cover. I'm not dealing with stupid this intense. I quit.
And that is all the stupid that I can take for today. But just before I go, I want to say a massive thank you to all my patrons and members. I could not continue doing what I love to do if it wasn't for the support from you amazingly generous people. Everyone that becomes a member or patron can access a special room in my Discord, and top level members and patrons can contact me for some free merch. If you'd like to join the team, then head to patreon.com/FTFE or become a member by clicking the join button down by the subscribe button. And thank you. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and hit the notification bell so you never miss anything from FTFE. And remember, stupidity is not a right. Fight the flat earth. Fight the flat, 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 fight the flat.